Hi, my name is Mohammad Sadiq, and as a family head, it was my responsibility every time to renew the passports. And I was usually doing the same practice of renewing, going to the Riyadh Embassy Consulate and renewing it without any hic. And whenever I had done my renewal, especially in here in Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh, it is a mess, and it was my duty to bring to the notice of the government, especially government of India, Ministry of External Affairs, the kind of unprofessionalism Passport Kendra Vijayawada is showing. It is not at all acceptable. Let me begin with, actually, before I went to renew, I first cross verified with a toll free number. They told me, like, because I went to renew, especially for my wife and my son. For my son, like, they told me the date of his birth. After mentioning that, they said it's 19, it's still minor, so parents can accompany. That's what they told me. So I went to Kendra, and the person who is TCS person who is sitting there, he also told me to. That's another problem over there. Whatever Xerox you take it, they don't accept it. You have to again print it. It's quite understandable. It's like a business, so we don't have no argument in that. But that is what the government has to look into it. Then they asked me, the person over there asked me to print, add an extra D. That's the form for the minor. So that's the another place. After providing all the documents, then they will let us go in section, the immediate, I think, B. Then the last one is the C. We went to the B. That point of time, the person said, no, he's not a minor, he's adult, you cannot accompany. Anyway, so they asked me to go out. I just went out. My son and my wife, they processed, and at the counter number C. See, that's the very very disturbing thing. The person who is over there, a lady, she is telling, the passport that is issued by the government of India, she said it is issued somewhere else. The way she was telling, like, as if like out of India, it's not like acceptable. The way her talk was, that means government of India, it's like, out of the India, all the embassies, all the consuls, they should close. That's the kind of attitude. And she asked my wife that to show the original her 10th class certificate, even though she was carrying for precautionary Xerox. The reason, because that is my understanding, that the reason there is no immigration clearance, because it's like a non-immigration clearance required, because she's a graduate, she's a degree holder, she has passed 10th, and her passport was third time it was renewed. And in the second time, Mr. Government of India, Riyadh, they have already gone through the papers and they have issued. And in that passport, right, currently, even in my passport also, there is no stamp, like a non-immigration clearance required. And also, I think the previously it used to call immigration clearance not required, for especially for the graduate. So based on that, she has got already all the systems. She can look into the previous passports. But she asked her to return back. She even though my wife was arguing, like that, there are many, like, passport who are approaching, they are just returning. I appeal to government of India, is this the kind of approach the staff should be behaving? She should apologize for her, like, the way she said, like, it's not acceptable sort of thing. It's really not acceptable the way she behaved. Secondly, any point of rejection, if any person is returning, it's the responsibility of the people. They should give in return why they are sending the people back. And this is not happening rightly in India. None of the passport kendra, I believe, especially in Vijayawada, they just tell you, okay, the document is not there, you just return back. This is not acceptable. For my son also, when there was, because it's an opportunity for us to do the correction. My daughter's passport, my name was written correctly, printed correctly. My wife, as a spouse, it is mentioned correctly. I requested for correction in my son's. So the person, he said, no, you have to follow a long procedure. When he said all that, my son said, like, you put it back same way, the way it was. Then at the time he said immediately, you have to bring a letter from your father. Are the people over there, they are helping, or they are messing it up? And who is responsible to look after all these people? I appeal to Government of India, especially Ministry of Foreign Affairs or External Affairs. They need to look into all these problems actually, especially Vijayawada Kendra. Please, I myself want to follow the procedures. Like as the passport was given of passport, the name it was given by especially now the passport department. I will carry the same name. Now I'm not going to change anything in that one. I will write a letter because I'm not going to make any changes. It is given by the Government of India. But please, the other issues, especially the way the lady behaved, the person, somebody need to look into it. Thank you.